What do you think of this?
I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship. So,
but there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
Yeah. We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me though.
We're here to worship Jesus. Yes. That's why we're here.
Don Lemon with his nasty self is apparently facing repercussions for his horrible actions when him and a group of quote unquote protesters invaded a church and disturbed a bunch of people while they was just trying to praise the Lord. Yeah, your time's up, buddy. It seems like you caught. Let's take a look at this whole Don Lemon situation and talk about it after. Don't forget to check the previous video where I spoke on this in full so you could know what's going down a little bit more.
You can see all these pretend Christians, all these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit?
Former CNN anchor and a former colleague of mine and friend, Don Lemon, has been taken into custody by federal agents, according to his attorney. It comes after Lemon covered the protest earlier this month, dozens of anti-ICE protesters rushing inside of a church in St. Paul, Minnesota. Now, Don has said that he was just there as a journalist, photographing the incident as a journalist, asking questions as a journalist after the protesters went in, and has been very clear he was not part of the protest group. In a statement, Don Lemon's attorney says, quote, "This unprecedented attack on the First Amendment and transparent attempt to distract attention from the many crises facing this administration will not stand. Don will fight these charges vigorously and thoroughly in court."
In the words of the Joker, you get what you deserve. Bam. Don Lemon is not in the right in this. I know there's a lot of people that's trying to defend him. Oh, he's just being a journalist. He was doing journalism. Remember when the kids were running away and he's like sitting there like, yeah, this is what protesting is about. As the children are terrified and running out the back and other protesters are still harassing them and stalking them even after they left the church, and Don Lemon was just sitting there happy with a gleeful smile on his face. He didn't just document what was going on. He was with them. Even prior, he knew everything. That's crazy. And now people are going to sit there and defend him like he didn't conspire to do this. It was illegal, bro. He's not exempt from the law. Yeah, I definitely think he deserves consequences for that. That's not okay, bro. Like, I don't care what you think that the pastor believes in politically or who he works for. That is not okay. This is not a peaceful protest in any way, shape, or form. I don't even consider it a protest, bro. It was harassment, stalking, all the things that you could even think of are horrible in that situation. It probably was, bro. I know it was demonic. That's the one word that pops up immediately. Why else would you want to disturb this church? And I know you did this to the Christian church for a reason. You didn't want to do this to no other religion. For some weird reason, it has become publicly acceptable to harass Christians like this. And it's not okay. And I'm not just saying that because I'm Christian. I'm saying that because I'm seeing the attack on Christians happen over and over again rapidly. I'm not going to even say the whole, if you would have ran up in this type of church, what would I? Nah, it doesn't matter. I don't think you should be running up in no church. It's the main point. It's not okay. I don't care about the political ideologies of whoever's running the church or the pastor. Nah, that's just foul, dude. And then Don Lemon has the nerve to sit there and be like, I'm a Christian. I'm praising right now. Word. Look at this clip and see how Don is refusing to let this pastor go. Look at Don's left hand too, by the way. His left hand's going to be like pulling the guy in, pulling him back in so he could get his moment and clip for his interview. So nasty, bro.
What do you think of this?
I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship. So,
but there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
Yeah. We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here to worship Jesus.
Yes.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why we're here.
Okay.
That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a Christian?
No one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to chronicle what happened?
Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to worship.
Yeah.
We're here to worship. Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And people are really out here defending that just because of the color of someone's skin or the political ideology of them. They think that's okay. They think Don Lemon didn't do anything wrong. I'm not on that side of things. I don't care about none of the other stuff they talk about. I saw the footage. Don was wrong, period. Him, the whole protester crew, they came there to violate and disturb, and they accomplished their goal. I think they all should have consequences for it. Some other people got arrested too, and they want me to cry about it. I know people gonna hate me for saying this. I don't feel bad for them, bro. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. This was not okay. Oh, I was just recording. All I did was document it. Oh, you know that bank robbery where a bunch of crazier things happened? People actually, got deleted from the video game. That's a metaphor for them not being on Earth anymore. Yeah, I just recorded it. When the bank robbery crew came to me as a journalist and was like, you should record it, I was like, sure, why not? I'm gonna go in there with the camera and just be a part of it. I'll even put a mask on too. I don't feel bad for you.
You guys, I wanted to alert the public that agents are at my door right now. They're saying that they were able to go before a grand jury sometime, I guess, in the last 24 hours, and that they have a warrant for my arrest. I've talked to my attorney, and I'm being advised to go with them, I guess, down to Whipple. And my children are here. They're impacted by this. This is all stemming from the fact that I filmed a protest as a member of the media. We are supposed to have our constitutional right of the freedom to film, to be a member of the press. I don't feel like I have my First Amendment right as a member of the press, because now federal agents are at my door arresting me for filming the church protest a few weeks ago. Again, I don't have a long time here, you guys, but I wanted you to know, for me, agents are at my door right now. My attorney has spoken with them. I did send a relative outside to talk to them. They're showing some type of documentation, apparently, that they got an indictment from a grand jury. I knew that I was on a defendant's list. I did not publish it because it was under seal. And so we've done everything that we can to try and abide by, the advice of our attorneys.
Wow. Your children were affected by this? Wow. I'm surprised. You know what other children were affected by this? The ones at the church, the ones that y'all chased down.
Living real comfortable while the people starve. Living real comfortable while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're all living real comfortable, aren't you? Shame on you. Do something. Stand with the Somalis. Stand with the Latinos. Quit ignoring this injustice. He wears a suit and tie, and he hangs out with Christy.
Guy here, look, he's hugging his kid. I just imagine it's uncomfortable and traumatic for the people here. But again, careful, it's very slippery right here. Yeah. It's uncomfortable and traumatic for the people here, but that's what really, careful, please, really slippery. Not kidding. That's what protesting is about. And so
that's what protesting's about. Yeah, slippery indeed. Very slippery. Apparently Don Lemon spoke to the people about this.
I thank everybody for their support. It truly means the world to me. I have no idea what's going on because obviously I haven't seen anything. I have spent my entire career covering the news. I will not stop now. In fact, there is no more important time than right now, this very moment, for a free and independent media that shines a light on the truth and holds those in power accountable. Again, I will not stop now. I will not stop ever. Last night, the DOJ sent a team of federal agents to arrest me in the middle of the night for something that I've been doing for the last 30 years, and that is covering the news. The First Amendment of the Constitution protects that work for me and for countless of other journalists who do what I do. I stand with all of them, and I will not be silenced. I look forward to my day in court. Thank you all.
If you think Don Lemon is a victim, you out your mind, for sure. And he's going to try to use this to capitalize and boost his channel because that's what this was all about, his nasty self. But don't worry, I will be covering it 100%. I think he should be locked up. That was disgusting what they did, and I don't think it should be allowed, bro. It literally is illegal. But tell me what you think about the whole situation. Also, check out the first video where I spoke about this. I think I left it in the pinned comment.